Well, that's how you start an episode off, right? So, squeezing out here. Mess City. We have gone further than I expected. I'm pretty sure I've had shells that were more complete at this point. But we've gone through and split the factory firewall seam by just drilling out the rivets by the spot welds, I mean, and then chiseling it out. It looks really bad right now, but it's just sheet metal, so it will all tap back down, and then I can go through and fill all the spot weld holes with weld again. But we've broken out the trusty old eBay plaids here, and let's see, it's real bright, but we've roughed out a Sharpie line to get us our first cut. This is probably going to be leaving good 1.5 inches, 2 inches of overlap, which I don't really want. I want like a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. So obviously we'll trim that down from there. But all the wiring on the back half of the car is there. Everything else is completely empty. So we're gonna jump into all this and start chopping it all up. Let's have some fun. Man, I hope that was caught on time lapse. It's pretty cool, the fire jumping through the double layers. That side went great, so we're gonna follow that through with the cutoff wheel, and we'll finish all that up with the cutoff wheel, because the factory glue and stuff and all the brake fluid is trying to catch on fire. So that's no fun, but we'll continue with that. Good thing I didn't need that, but holy shit, there's a big hole. So trying to get used to this whole opening that door, closing that door thing. But we still have our factory lip that we can pound back down. Holes to rosette / spot weld back through. And now we just got to go through and clean up the lip that the plasma and the cutoff wheel left. Obviously start stitch welding all of this. And I'm going to remove this factory brace here in a second so it can go on that side. But we're slowly getting somewhere. At least it's something. At least we're getting to all the neglect and all the issues. And we know there's more to come. So let's go get some lunch real fast and then start on it again. Woohoo! So getting an idea where we're at, we have split the right-hand drive firewall to make it easier to shove in here. And we're going through and just marking slowly but surely where we want to trim the right-hand drive and the left-hand drive to fit. And I know it looks like crap right now, but if I take a finger down here and go and push up, that gap gets smaller and smaller. And obviously we'll tap all that down and go through and tack it all in. But we're gonna jump back into trimming and more cleaning all of this up and flapping the edges back down so we have some clean metal to get onto for all this welding that we'll be doing. Starting to do something. You guys can see actually over here, everything's slowly starting to line back up. Just got to keep trimming and trimming. I know today's not the most exciting like yesterday, but we're taking it a little slower, trying to make sure this comes out a little nicer. I won't. Stepbrother. And let's see. Explosive boys. Actually, where did the rest go? There's been a few explosive boys get almost stuck in here. But we're getting there. This is gonna get pounded up from the outside to actually catch this lip back up there. But it's actually holding itself in. A little more trimming around the edges and then flapping this edge. Did I cut myself? Nope. But what we'll do is also drill rosette weld holes all the way down and across. This will just get tacked up across the side, but all the way across, and then we'll pinch it down here. Can't see this anymore because it's all in, but that will get clamped across the top of the lip and then rosetted back in. So now we'll start on that. A holy mess. We just have junk everywhere right now, but this should be a little less junky and a little more fitty. And if this actually goes in here the way I think it's gonna do, we're actually gonna jump ahead and tack this one side in place. Because basically I'm trying to make sure I can get the pedals and everything situated the way I want, and then go through and get everything else. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually get this out and then start clamping the face, and then we'll bring the bottom in and see how the bottom looks. So let's move you guys back to the side. And we'll get you set up over here. Start raining as I'm welding, but starting to get the tacks and pound the shape into this thing. Then we're gonna start pounding down that top seam, but we're halfway there, so that's always a good sign. I'm gonna hide you guys for a little bit and continue off camera because I don't want my GoPro to get wet. I only got one. Oh, just getting my butt kicked here today. But we have some progress. That train is loud and obnoxious. What I want to do here is really take this right-hand drive booster and make sure oh, thank you God, that fits. I gotta get used to not going to the driver's side here, because this isn't the driver's side anymore, I'd say. But we got the passenger side in. It's roughly rosette welded, and then I went around the outside of the rosette welds because this is where the factory 2 layers would have been for the floor. So I'm gonna just go through and seam seal it. A little fudge mark up in there in the corner I gotta fix, but no biggie. We'll seam seal all the rest of that and then start cleaning up this side and getting it going. I'm guessing this is how you make your neighbors hate you 101. Is building a drift car in your driveway. But to show a little progress, I actually ended up getting the passenger side in. Driver's side is more or less rosetted and spotted all the way down. I got a little spot to fudge up there and then seam seal across. This guy is actually just sitting. It's being a little bit more of a butt to fix because there's multiple layers, and the multiple layers you can see on this side. I just peeled it off and used the lower because the lower was the structure that I wanted. This side being the entire piece is a dual layer. Not quite sure. Probably end up drilling all the way through and just sandwiching it all down. But everything is looking like she lines up. I gotta fudge one little 1-inch piece up there. Obviously that top gap is just from it sitting, but that little gap, there was a stud there and I didn't want to cut through it like I did this one. I literally cut this one directly in half, so we'll go ahead and fix all of that. But progress, progress, progress. Hoping today ends with all of this because I'm exhausted, but who knows, I might get some motivation. Tomorrow, hoping to get the dash bar in, hopefully get the dash mocked up, the column, the rack, everything situated, and then continue. playing stepdad today and getting all these parts ordered and then selling some stuff. Trying to go through and organize the hellhole that I've created. Just kicked my butt. So we're gonna leave you guys there. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, you know what to do, and stay safe, guys.